morning and welcome to our 6th grade Moving Up ceremony. We are excited and pleased to have you all here with us today. Before we begin, I would ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Let me begin by welcoming all of our parents, grandparents, relatives, and friends to our 6th grade Moving Up celebration. We're here today to acknowledge and celebrate the accomplishments of these amazing young people as they close out one chapter in their academic journey and look ahead to what's next. It's an honor for me to be here and speak on behalf of the LBE community. I've worked in quite a few schools over the course of my career, and I can say without a doubt, Long Branch is a special place. It's a privilege to work alongside such dedicated staff, together with our remarkable students who are supported by incredible families. As we prepare to move you up to the middle schools, it is natural to think a little bit about your experience in elementary school. You've worked hard and accomplished much in your time here. You've learned how to read and to write. You've become proficient at math, learned how to think like scientists, and have become acquainted with many of the world's regions, customs, and history in your social studies lessons. You've created beautiful art pieces, performed musically, and learned much about physical fitness and wellness. Along the way, you've made new friends and have been taught by many wonderful teachers. Most importantly, I think you have learned what it means to be responsible and respectful, good citizens of your school and your community. No matter what subjects your teachers taught you over the years, what they were most concerned about was helping each one of you to become the best person that you could be. As we look back, I want you to remember the times that have made you who you are. Remember the people that have helped you get to this moment. Remember both the good and the bad, because those memories help make us resilient as we face the future ahead. Some students have been here since kindergarten. Others have joined us somewhere along the way. You have made wonderful memories during your time here at LBE. Take those memories and stories with you and be encouraged, because you have many more memories and stories to make in your future. This moment is a milestone in your life. Enjoy it. You have reached this moment by your dedication to succeed, by using your unique gifts and talents to accomplish your goals. Take the time to thank all of the people in your life that have helped and supported you. Families, keep your children close. There's a lot of distractions out there that will work to get them off track. Continue to remind them how special they are and all of the things that are possible for their lives. They are uniquely poised to take on new challenges and conquer them because of all that they have made it through. Don't let them forget that. Sixth graders, you leave here having learned a lot, but you have much more to learn in the years ahead. Be willing to keep on learning from your parents, teachers, coaches, and friends. Maintain a positive attitude and helpful disposition, a willingness to try new experiences, keep reading, clean your rooms, practice your passions, be good to one another, and keep smiling. Congratulations, sixth grade, on your continuation to middle school. You have only begun to scratch the surface of what you can accomplish. I'd like to introduce our first student speaker, Francesco Primerano.
Hi, my name is Francesco Primerano, and I've been at Long Ranch Elementary since kindergarten. This school has been great to me, and I will be very sad to leave it. I remember when COVID first started, and everyone said we'd be back in 2 weeks. It was a lot longer than that. I remember all the good times then, and my favorite memories are from them. When we started 5th grade, since I was all virtual, I joined Google Meets in Mr. Adkins' class and played Kahoot. I also launched our rockets at the end of the year in Miss Sarah's class. Those are some of my favorite memories from 5th grade. An amazing memory from 6th grade is when we were all at Aranda Springs and groups cheered for people who were afraid to go up high. I hope for the rest of my classmates' school careers they remember their time at LBE. This school has been very good to me, so I would like to thank all of the staff. As a lot of you know, LBE is changing to a K-2 school. I know all the future kids who will go through LBE will know how amazing it is. Now that we are moving on to the middle school, a lot will change. All of us are gaining more control over our school lives. But with all the uncertainties in the world, I know for sure I will never forget LBE. Our next guest speaker is Sam Gonzalez.
Hello everyone, my name is Sam Gonzalez and I'm a student of Mr. Radford. It is my pleasure to speak to you all today to let you know what a great learning experience LBE provides for its students. My father always taught me that every day you should learn something new, and I stood by that, and it's exactly what I did. Whether it's some random scientific fact like the Earth is 93 million miles away from the sun, or an important historical one such as the second president of the United States was John Adams. All knowledge is good knowledge. I want to give a special thanks to Mr. Radford, Mr. Weinman, Mr. Parsons, and last but not least, Mr. Cohen. They are the best teachers I've ever had, and I'm so grateful for them. Trust me, everyone, they're awesome. Another thing my father taught me is to think, am I making the lives of people around me better? My teachers made my life better. I want to thank all the teachers who taught me from when I was 5 and small to when I was 12 and still small. Go get them, LBE, class of 2028. Up next, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Patrick Clancy.
Hello, I am Patrick Clancy, a student here
at Long Branch Elementary. I was chosen to give this speech by my teachers, Mr. Radford, Mr. Cohen, Mr. Parsons, and Mr. Wendell. We have had a ton of good moments here at this amazing school. Now, I, like many others, have attended this school since kindergarten. But one recent and amazing memory is the staff versus student basketball game that many of you participated in. Also, the great tug-of-war game. Make sure that when you leave here, you take those good, happy memories with you. And remember, make sure that when all of you go to middle school next year, whether here at Liverpool or somewhere else, you try things such as sports, clubs, and groups. Because you are all going to have so many new and amazing opportunities that could lead to something that you love. Maybe you are fascinated by science and would like to be an engineer someday, like me. Well, in that case, try a robotics program. Or maybe you like to act, make films, or draw. Then try out for the school play, join a film club, or take an art class. I know you may be scared, but try things and see what happens. Who knows, maybe you will love it. My advice to everyone here is to try things. And lastly, help people out. If you see someone who can't find their things, offer your help. They may reject it, but at least you offered it and were there for them. I would just like to thank the parents for all of their support. And thanks to all the teachers who have educated us since the beginning. And I personally would just like to thank the students and my classmates. I know I may not have been friends with all of you, but I am glad I could spend several years with you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time.
At this time, we're going to have the presentation of some awards by our special area team. We're going to start with Art and Mrs. Batat.
I'm Mrs. Matat. It has been my pleasure to teach art to your children in the time that they have been at LBE. This group has a special place in my heart, as it will be my last year here at LBE as well, as your art teacher. I will be moving, as well as you, to a different school. I'll be back at the high school, so there's a good possibility that I will see some of you again, maybe all of you. My 13 years as an LBE art teacher has given me such joy, love, and amazing opportunities to learn from young artists. And you'll have to forgive me, I'm a little emotional today because not only are you guys graduating out of elementary and going to middle, but I have a senior who is graduating tonight, so forgive me if I stop and have to collect myself. I can't wait to see what you all do in the future. Traditionally, I give out 2 awards to students who show enthusiasm, high effort, creativity, appreciation for art, and kindness in the classroom, the art classroom. I wish I could give out every award for every student because each of you has taught me something, has given me a memory that I will take with me, and has made me smile at some point in this 13 year, or in the 7 years that you've been here. So I thank you very much. But the 2 that I have chosen are individuals that have grown as artists and as wonderful human beings who I know will have a bright future ahead in whatever they choose to do. I'm going to say a little bit about each of them and then have them come up for their award. The 6th grade awardees are Braden Jenkins and Layla Bracht. Braden is not only an awesome artist as a creative, but a creative soul. He creates the most fantastic characters and creatures in his artwork. I always look forward to seeing how he will add his own imagination to any lesson. He does it with a smile and is happy to tell me all about their characteristics and powers. It has made me so happy to teach him all these years and that he has taught me to just take a minute and listen and appreciate others. I know that if he continues to follow his passions, he may be the next big illustrator or animator. Layla is a quiet, kind, and creative young artist. She is always eager to create and learn. I enjoy her beautiful designs and drawings. She is thoughtful and kind to others even when they are not kind back. We have had conversations about her home art making. I share in her love of painting and trying new art materials. She is a pleasure to have in art class, and I look forward to seeing where her creativity and skill take her in the future. I hope I will see you again in art classes at the high school level. Thank you. And I'm going to invite up Mary Kate Krawczak, our music teacher, for her.
Good morning. I have 3 awards today. These are for 3 students who participated in our all-district chorus, which is an event that takes place over the course of 1 weekend and ends with a concert. So this is where I select our top singers, and these 3 students this year were Yusuf Jami, student is Francesco Primerano. And our 3rd student was Alyssa Sorrell. I do also want to recognize Braylon Northrup because he was selected and then was unable to participate due to illness. So. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to teach all of you. I've taught a lot of you since 2nd grade. I have, I think, 2 of you in here that I've taught over at LBE before I came to Long Branch. So I've known some of you since kindergarten, and can't wait to see what you do in the future. Thank you. Who is next? Mrs. Cannon, come on up.
To lower that a little bit. Okay. We would really like to recognize all of the band and orchestra students, and some of them have done some special events. We would love to shout out the all-district band and orchestra. So if those students would stand up so we could clap for them. We're doing a really nice job. We're especially proud because we were the conductors for that event this year, so Long Branch really represented because Mrs. Krawczak was with the chorus as well. I would also like to take just a quick minute to actually thank my setup crew, and you guys know who you are. These guys would come down early to band and help me set up the cafeteria, and then they would pick it all up afterwards. So if I could have the setup people, if you ever helped with setup, stand up so we can clap for you, okay? Thank you so much. I am another one of the people that's going to be saying goodbye to Long Branch after 27 years here. There just won't be kids to teach band here, so I'm going to follow a bunch of people over to Liverpool Elementary, and I'm going to be staying at Sewell Road. I've just really loved being part of the Long Branch family. So before I get verklempt, I'm going to start saying some students' names. If you guys would come up, please clap for these people. I don't know if you realized how hard band and orchestra was over Google Meet last year. These guys are rock stars, and we want to shout you guys out. So please, up first, Timmy Bachman. Alex Bergman. Isaac Berlecki. Patrick Clancy. Jackson Forster. Sam Gonzalez. Pearson Ridley. Ideen Tech, just your last name. Eileen, you're awesome. Come see me on stage. Landon Kessel. Sophia Pianco. Connor Needle. Brittany Northrop. Frankie Octavic. Jack Redinger. And Josh Singara. Thank you for making our last band at Long Branch super special. Now I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Noter Thomas.
So we're going to switch places here. So orchestra this year, I'll say my setup crew was the entire orchestra. We practiced in the library all year, so rehearsal was always everybody setting up and then everybody putting the chairs and everything away. So thank you everyone for making that happen. That was a tough year, but everyone adapted and was wonderful. So orchestra, it was a really fun year this year. I can't talk about orchestra without mentioning Dylan Spadaro and the Spadaro family. For our rock guitar, we're good. All right. We played Ozzy Osbourne for Christmas. We played Guns N' Roses for All District. We played Chicago, Queen, and The Who for our spring concerts. So that was a lot of fun. Thank you, Dylan, and thank you, Mr. Spadaro, and the very supportive family. Really great. So having participation in orchestra, and I will miss you guys very much. Hopefully I will see you at the middle schools. I will be in all 4 quadrants like Mrs. Cannon next year. So I'll be stopping in 1 day a week at each one, and it'll be very, very different now being at Long Branch. So we'll hope to see you there. So starting off, participation, Miss Peyton Shore. Miss Natasha White. Miss Shara Vidal. Miss Layla Brad. Mr. Isaiah Wyatt. Miss Sasha Austin. Miss Divya Patel. Miss Trinity Hudson. Miss Adriana Mezzanotte. Mr. Atreyu Cochran. Miss Jada Davis. Miss Ariana McLaren. Our wonderful bass section, Mr. Logan Malinowski. Francesco Pirano. Mr. Dylan Spadaro. Miss Audrey Seeger. And 2 honorary participants, Miss Alyssa Sorrow for her vocals, and Mr. Shaheen McHenry. Congratulations, orchestra and band. And now, Miss Thomas for the Library Awards.
Hi, everybody. So I chose about, I think it was 4 people for every 6th grade class who were an outstanding helper to all students and staff at the library, whether it was a research project we were working on or just a story we were reading and appreciating. These awards go out to the following people. Natasha White. Kyle Smith. Audrey Seeger. Braden Jenkins. John Miklovich. Ray Cochran. Peyton Shore. Layla Brad. Lydia Patel. Elijah Hammond. Landon Marsh. Brandon Kessel. Thank you very much, and keep reading over the summer, guys. This is your local public library. And up next is Coach Anderson.
Good morning, Long Branch. Hello, 6th grade. Can I get a whoop, whoop? All right. Hello, families. This is really exciting and sad. A lot of mixed feelings and emotions. There's a whole lot going on, but you all did it. You made it. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right, in the gym, we are always striving to be the best version of ourselves, and we have a lot of challenges that take place throughout the year. It was my first year when this group was in 2nd grade, and I just have loved watching you grow into these young, amazing humans. And, you know, from showing kindness to the students that needed help in 2nd grade, doing your drum fit performance, and watching you guys play the basketball yesterday and the tug of war with the true grit in your face. It makes me so happy. I love it. At the beginning and end of each year, we do something called the Pacer Challenge. You may have heard your students talk about it. It is a beat test challenge that we usually do in the gym. Last year we did it on the grass, and it proved to be quite difficult for the students to run on the grass. This year we were able to bring it back inside. So this purpose of the Pacer test is not for me to torture your students, I promise. It is a gauge of their cardiovascular endurance. Are they getting enough exercise? And during the pandemic, I noticed a lot of the students were not able to get into the healthy fitness zone for very good reasons. But this year, almost every single student made it into the healthy cardiovascular fitness zone. So at this time, when I call your name, you can stand up. We'll do a big round of applause at the end, and you guys hit that really tough number that they had to hit, which is appropriate for their age level. So when I call your name, please stand up for Mr. Cohane's class. Braden, Timmy, Natalia, Layla, Atreyu, Ryan, Jada, Jawan, just stand, Emily, TJ, Trinity, Yusuf, Logan, McKenna, Shaheem, John, Tyler, Chesko, Peyton, Gabe, and Christian. Let's give Mr. Cohane that. Class. class, Sasha, Alex, Elijah, Ricky, Landon, Marsh. Landon Kessel was absent, although I'm sure he would have made it that day. Sorry, Kessel. Adriana Mezzanotte, Divya, Micaiah, Chucky, Dylan, and Josh. Please stand for Radford's class. Could every single student in Mr. Radford's class rise? This is also the fastest class in the school. Mr. Radford's class, averaging 17 and a half laps for the fastest class, and they won the Golden Sneaker Award. Nice job. Let's give a round to our Healthy Fitness Zone people. When they run the Pacer Challenge, they are able to sign the Healthy Fitness Zone poster if they get into it, so that's up all year long in the gym. But we also do grade level leaders. So there's a male and a female leader. We do 4th grade, 5th grade, and 6th grade leaders. Those are the 4 grade levels that do this challenge. And for the girl that got the most this year, she's been a strong contestant in grades 4 and grades 5, and she got her personal best with 72 laps this year, Miss Peyton Short. Come on. And for the highest grade level achievement, and the second highest ever Long Branch record, we're just short of 1 lap to beat the main score, but this student, it's incredible watching him do anything athletic. He's dunking on the 8-foot rims this year, and he just has this fire inside of him that is unstoppable. With 100 Pacer laps, Mr. Frank Octavek. Congratulations. Also in the gym, we started this program that it's kind of cool. They have barcodes and it converts their laps that they run around the gym, around the school into miles. So we started this in January and they've been trying to reach a 5-mile milestone. And it sounds like, oh, they've been doing this since January. There should be a lot of kids that do it, but they only come to the gym once a week. And if they don't have school on their gym day, then they miss it. So really, these kids have done 5 miles in about 10 to 12 lessons, maybe. So the kids that earn this 5-mile award get into the gym, and the first thing they do is they start running, and they start scanning, and they keep going. And the students have a choice if they want to run, if they want to walk, but the students that have won this 5-mile award are students that run every single time they come. They haven't missed any days, and they're just always trying their hardest. So please give a round of applause to Logan Malinowski. Kyle Smith, who's now a black belt. Mr. Patrick Clancy. And Elijah Hammonds. All right, so being a special area teacher, we get to see these students grow up as they, physically and maturity-wise. Mr. Radford liked this group so much, he cycled up with them. It just goes to show his first ever 6th grade year was with this group of students. That's how much he truly loved them. This is a very special group. But the special area teachers, like Mrs. Krawcheck said, some of them we've had since kindergarten. And I joined the school when they were in 2nd grade. I came from a high school situation. And my first ever day, I was totally blown away with the amount of just tears that I saw in the gym. It was, if you've ever raised a toddler before, you know that when someone wants the pink yarn ball, they want the pink yarn ball. And if someone can't jump a jump rope, then it can be, really difficult for some of these students. And this particular student, who I'm giving the Most Improved Award to, has just blossomed into this amazing human who used to get so frustrated, and he was his own worst enemy, and he would get down on himself. And this year, particularly with the jump rope situation, he couldn't do a single skip. And in his 6th grade year, we do these ninja belts where they get to do certain dribbles or certain amount of jumps, and this kid is an amazing jump roper. And he gets my most improved award, and it is Yusuf. Come on up, Yusuf. Well done, Yusuf. All right, I just have 2 more awards, and I saved these for the end. These are my character sportsmanship awards that I give. And in the gym, we take a sportsmanship pledge, kind of like we do the Pledge of Allegiance. And it's just to mentally prepare the kids that winning is great, but character also gets revealed when you lose. So one of the recipients of this award yesterday, during the basketball game, the kids were losing, and the student was on the final shift. And instead of trying to score points for his team, he was one of the only kids underneath the basketball net ripping the ball out of the teacher's hands. And it was just amazing to watch, because for me, even though that might be an aggressive, movement, it just shows like he doesn't care if he's losing. He is always going to try his best. And I've also had him since 2nd grade, back when he would be coordinating and breaking up the 2nd grade teams and splitting them into making sure everybody had fair players on each team. They weren't just loading it with the best basketball players. So this kid is athletically gifted, but he also shows true sportsmanship and grit and is always trying to do his best, and that award goes to Patrick Clancy. And this is the same award. The last sportsmanship award goes to one of the most mature people, and teachers included in this building. He is definitely more mature than I am. And he just is someone that you always want on your team. He is someone that is just like going to stand up for those kids that don't really get to express themselves and make sure that they don't get taken advantage of. And he's always going to make you feel good about yourself every time you come into contact with this kid. And he is definitely much more eloquent than I. He was one of our speakers, Mr. Francesco Primerano. Thank you very much. Woo!
All right, before we present certificates, I have one last award that I wanted to present myself, because this one is very special, pretty much amazing, given everything that we've gone through in the last few years, and just shows a level of consistency that is rare. And so this student had perfect attendance from 1st grade all the way through 6th grade. Wow. And so I'd like to present this to Logan Malinowski. At this time, we're going to have the presentation of our student certificates. Students, when your names are called, just make sure you come up, walk across the stage, and then down to the other side. Start with Mr. Cody's class.
Hey, my class, if you could line up, you can leave all previously won awards right underneath your chair. Braden Abbott. Timothy Bachman. Natalia Bentley. Layla Pratt. Shreya Cochran. Amanda Davis. Jawan Flag. Emily Hanford. Travis Henderson Jr. Trinity Hudson. Vincent Johnny. Logan Malinowski. McKenna Marshall. Shaheen McHenry. John McLovich. Tyler Miller. Francesco Primerano. Peyton Shore. Dave Springer. Christian Thompson. And Lily Woods. And Mr. Radford. If you guys would start lining up.
Trinity! That's so embarrassing. Hi, baby butt.
Okay. It's been a great 2 years with these guys. As Coach mentioned, we are the fastest class in the school. They've been a tremendous group. Not only that, the whole 6th grade at Arenda Springs, we did I've been doing Arenda Springs for 10 years, and they put kids through these ridiculous challenges. The entire 6th grade got through these challenges faster than any group I've ever seen. They were amazing. They were cooperative. They had to make things up for them to do afterwards so that they could keep us busy. And we also, well, it is called the Fun Run. For those that were there, it's supposed to be for fun, but we clearly dominated. I'm going to call everybody up. You ready? Okay, Isaac Malecki. Patrick Nancy. Noah Fear. Jackson Forster. Sam Gonzalez. Pearson Gridley. Brandon Schmenkins. This kid's so nice, I mispronounced his name for a year and a half, and he didn't even tell me. One of the other Aideen Karimanovich. Sophia Giaca. Ariana McLaurin. Needle out. Connor Needle. Braylon Northrup. The fastest runner in the entire Liverpool district. Frank Octovac. Jack Rettinger. Audrey Seeger. Evan Skaggs. Kyle Smith. And last but not least, Natasha White. Okay, here comes Mr. Wonder, everybody.
One quick thing before we begin. I just want to give a quick shout out to two unsung heroes here on the 6th grade team. And that would be Mr. Ullman over here and Miss Goodrich over there. They float around behind the scenes and they really don't get enough credit for all that they make happen, regardless of whether or not they're with Mr. Cohane's class or mine or Mr. Cohane's. All right, here we go. Saving the best for last. Final 14. Sasha Austin. Shara Vidal. Alexander Bergman. Elijah Hammond. Richard Kelly. Landon Kessel. Landon Marsh. Adriana Mezzanali. Divya Patel. Maikita Russo. Alyssa Soro. Dylan Spadaro. Isaiah Wyatt. Last, never least, Josh Spingaro. One more round of applause for the LBE 6th grade class of 2022. Future class of 2028.
All right, so this concludes our moving up ceremony for the class of 2028. For the students, there are some cupcakes in the back that have been provided for our PTCO. As a reminder, if you are signing your child out to go home, please do so either in the back or at the main office. You all have a fantastic summer, and I look forward to seeing you. I will definitely be coming to visit you next year.